Red Bluff, California. Red Bluff is a city in and the county seat of Tehama County, California, United States. The population was 14,076 at the 2010 census, up from 13,147 at the 2000 census. It is located 131 miles, 211 kilometers, north of Sacramento, 31 miles, 50 kilometers, south of Redding, and it is bisected by Interstate 5. Red Bluff is situated on the banks of the Upper Sacramento River. It was originally known as Leodotia, but was renamed to Covertsburg in 1853. It got its current name in 1854. Located at the head of navigation on the Sacramento River, the town flourished in the mid to late 19th century as a landing point for miners heading to the Trinity County gold fields and later as a temporary terminus for the Southern Pacific Railroad's northward expansion. Geography: Red Bluff is on the northern edge of the Sacramento Valley, and is the third largest city in the Shasta-Cascade region. It is about 31 miles, 50 kilometers, south of Redding, 40 miles, 64 kilometers, northwest of Chico, and 131 miles, 211 kilometers, north of Sacramento. The city is located at 40°1036 and 122°1417 W/40.17667° and 122.23806° W/40.17667, -122.23806. 40.176640, -122.2379151. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 7.7 square miles, 20 square kilometers. 7.6 square miles, 20 square kilometers, of it is land, and 0.1 square miles, 0.26 square kilometers, of it is water. The total area is 1.48% water. History: A post office called Red Bluff has been in operation since 1853. The community was named for the red bluffs along the nearby Sacramento River. Climate: Red Bluff has a Mediterranean climate, CSA, with cool, wet winters and hot, dry summers. There are an average of 100.1 days annually with highs of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32.2 degrees Celsius, or higher, and an average of 21.5 days with lows of 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, or lower. The record highest temperature was 121 degrees Fahrenheit, 49.4 degrees Celsius, on August 7, 1981, and the record lowest temperature was 17 degrees Fahrenheit, 8.3 degrees C, on January 9, 1937. Annual precipitation averages 23.21 inches, 589.5 millimeters, with measurable precipitation falling on an average of 71 days. The wettest rain year was from July 1994 to June 1995 with 45.96 inches, 1,167.4 millimeters, and the driest from July 1975 to June 1976 with 10.17 inches, 258.3 millimeters. The most rainfall in one month was 21.47 inches, 545.3 millimeters, in January 1995, and the most rainfall in 24 hours was 3.55 inches, 90.2 millimeters, on January 8, 1995. The most snowfall in one month was 15.0 inches, 0.38 m, in January 1937. Demographics: 2010. The 2010 United States Census reported that Red Bluff had a population of 14,076. The population density was 1,833.6 people per square mile, 708.0/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of Red Bluff was 11,366, 80.7%. White, 128, 0.9%. African American, 438, 3.1%. Native American, 187, 1.3%. Asian, 16, 0.1%. Pacific Islander, 1,168, 8.3%, from other races, and 773, 5.5%, from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 3,037 persons, 21.6%. The census reported that 13,637 people, 96.9% of the population, lived in households, 150, 1.1%, lived in non-institutionalized group quarters, and 289, 2.1%, were institutionalized. There were 5,376 households, out of which 2,033, 37.8%, had children under the age of 18 living in them, 1,969, 36.6%, were opposite-sex married couples living together, 1,022, 19.0%, had a female householder with no husband present, 404, 7.5%, had a male householder with no wife present. There were 537, 10.0%, unmarried opposite-sex partnerships, and 27, 0.5%, same-sex married couples or partnerships. 1,629 households, 30.3%, were made up of individuals, and 678, 12.6%, had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.54. There were 3,395 families, 63.2% of all households. The average family size was 3.11. The population was spread out with 3,950 people, 28.1%, under the age of 18, 1,534 people, 10.9%, aged 18 to 24, 3,561 people, 25.3%, aged 25 to 44, 3,157 people, 22.4%, aged 45 to 64, and 1,874 people, 13.3%, who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 32.2 years. For every 100 females, there were 92.4 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 87.7 males. There were 5,872 housing units at an average density of 764.9 per square mile, 295.3/km superscript 2, of which 2,277, 42.4%, were owner-occupied, and 3,099, 57.6%, were occupied by renters. The homeowner vacancy rate was 3.5%, the rental vacancy rate was 7.3%. 5,652 people, 40.2% of the population, lived in owner-occupied housing units, and 7,985 people, 56.7%, lived in rental housing units. 2000. As of the census of 2000, there were 13,147 people, 5,109 households, and 3,239 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,768.7 people per square mile, 683.2/km superscript 2. There were 5,567 housing units at an average density of 748.9 per square mile, 289.3/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of the city was 86.7% white, 0.6% black, 2.2% Native American, 1.6% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 5.8% from other races, and 3.0% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 13.7% of the population. There were 5,109 households, out of which 36.2% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 42.4% were married couples living together, 16.5% had a female householder with no husband present, and 36.6% were non-families. 30.7% of all households were made up of individuals and 14.0% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.47 and the average family size was 3.07. In the city, the population was spread out with 28.7% under the age of 18, 9.9% from 18 to 24, 28.6% from 25 to 44, 18.0% from 45 to 64, and 14.7% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 34 years. For every 100 females, there were 90.1 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 84.1 males. The median income for a household in the city was $27,029, and the median income for a family was $32,799. Males had a median income of $26,807 versus $21,048 for females. The per capita income for the city was $14,060. About 17.7% of families and 21.1% of the population were below the poverty line, including 29.6% of those under age 18 and 9.7% of those age 65 or over. Top employers. According to the city's 2016 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, CAFR, these are the top 10 employers. Events. News. Newspapers. Notable people.